Scenario-based training is really great training. When someone seems not to be understanding what we're saying, it's not unusual to say, let me put that in context for you. That's what scenario-based training is all about. Putting things in context so they feel real, so you can imagine yourself actually performing the tasks that you're going to learn. Most importantly, it establishes the relevancy of what people are going to learn. You might think that everybody who's shown up or registered or signed on to take some training is really excited about taking this training. We want that to be the case, but you know it's not always the case. And people are wondering, how hard is this course going to be? Am I going to really need the things that I'm going to be learning here? Would my time be better spent doing something else? All of those things are running through their heads, especially at the beginning of the course. They don't really know what's going to happen. The traditional way of letting people know what's going to happen is writing outcome or instructional objectives. But reading those objectives is pretty boring reading. And when learners have the option, they usually just flip past those and think to themselves, well, I'm going to learn, I guess, whatever this course teaches. But that's not a really good way to start things off, is it? You really want people excited about what they're going to learn. What we prefer to see is that you start off by setting the context. The very first thing we say, instead of, we're going to learn 9 fundamentals of something, we'd like to say, imagine that you are a sales representative and the customer is thinking your prices are too high. Or imagine that you're an auto repair person or a financial advisor or whatever the context is, and then throw a challenge into it. Better than admonitions of saying, you really need to learn this stuff, people, or trust me, someday you'll be glad you know this. Imagine that you're on the spot and you have to solve a problem. That communicates what the course is about in a really effective way, and people start thinking about, what would I do in that situation? That's exactly what you want people thinking. They can imagine that a person brings a car in for repair and says, it won't restart after I've just let it sit for a little bit. Or a client says that they haven't filed an income tax report for 5 years. Or the buyer says, I returned the product 3 weeks ago and I haven't gotten my refund yet. All of those things let you know immediately what you're going to learn in a course. So scenario-based courses really are so much more effective than more academic looking and feeling courses.